Okay, guys. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of On the Wrist from Off the Cuff. Today, we have a bit of a kind of a double feature, maybe even triple if you think about it. So we'll be actually reviewing some really cool Amazon finds that I found in terms of storage and display that are actually like super affordable and actually like a nice mix of quality. I know that tends to be a lot of people's sticking points. You kind of want to get the most bang per buck a lot of times within your watches, and why not for storage? Yes, there are absolutely some top quality options that are out there, many of which I've featured on the channel already. But I haven't really shown too many of the affordable ones. Honestly, I've checked out a lot of them and they just don't end up being worth it. So I don't end up wanting to really recommend those. But I think we found a little bit of a sweet spot here in, these cases, these rolls, and this display stand in terms of the fact that they're like under $100 or right about 100. It's like 97.95 on Amazon. I think even Amazon Prime is stocking these. So pretty cool. Obviously not super high-end luxurious, but also doesn't cost that much from that standpoint. So I think a really nice sweet spot. And then in terms of the double feature, we got the stand, we have these rolls, but then from what's inside of them and what we'll be using to kind of display during the review is the triple feature, because we'll actually be showing you some of the watches that are currently in the review queue. This is my Helios Universa in the pastel blue dial, and I have some other goodies in here to kind of show you guys. But yeah, these are all watches that haven't been reviewed on the channel as of yet, depending on when you're watching this. But if you guys are big fans of the channel, definitely stay tuned, even if you're not huge into storage, because you'll actually get a sneak peek at what's in the review queue. So with all that said, I would normally zoom the camera out at this point, but it is kind of already zoomed out because of the nature of the review. So we'll just jump right into it. All right, so first off, we have this really great stand. We'll get a little spin for you. As you can see, you've seen similar stuff to this out on the market, guys, but in this case, those are typically pretty expensive. In this case, this display stand only cost, again, $97.95 on Amazon Prime. It's from a brand called Q Watch. Everything here is from Q Watch. They were originally founded out of Sydney, Australia, but only just recently moved into the US market. Their products are done through basically some pretty well-renowned, according to their literature on their site, Swiss design firms, and essentially they search the materials and everything. They source them globally, while the main production is being completed in Sydney, Australia. So very cool. And they do have more designs and projects to come, and these are kind of what's available right now. Found these on Amazon, bought them with my own money, and I know that's kind of can be a sticking point for some people, and yeah, sometimes I buy stuff that isn't super expensive. Yeah, these are some of the cases where it really worked out. And this stand is pretty cool. Basically genuine leather cushion, you get the stainless steel riser bar, and then you get this very sturdy and stylish marble base. Let's go ahead and check out the under. You do get a little cutout there if you want to adjust this with an Allen wrench that is provided. So yeah, I think it's cool. You've seen these things, you've seen them on Instagram, and you're just like, oh, okay, like that'd be awesome. And then you see the price and you're like, eh. So in this case, I thought this one was like very sturdy, well built, and happy to recommend to you guys. And check that out. I might have to start using this more in my reviews, because check that out. And look, I'll even get a little zoom in action. You guys never see this from the channel, at least not anymore. In the early years of the channel, that was pretty, standard affair to be zooming in and out and whatnot and shots. But yeah, there we go. That's pretty sharp. So check that out though, right? pretty cool. You get a good idea of this beautiful Helios as well, which is up on the review block soon. I promise you guys. It's just been really hot recently, and I've been really busy with kind of my day job. So you know, the beauty and fun of this hobby in terms of running the channel, you know, has taken a bit of a backseat. But man, that is, ooh, that's cool. So if you have a channel or an inspiring channel or maybe an Instagram, just, hey, that thing is eye candy right there. So with that said, I'll push this kind of a little bit. We'll still see the bass in the background. But so which one should we go with first? Okay, let's go with the gray. Okay, let's go with the brown. So these are their watch roll travel cases, basically. Again, $97.95 on Amazon Prime. You know what? I have an affiliate Amazon shop that I really just rarely ever update, but I'll make sure to get the links in here. So maybe if you guys want to help out the channel and actually get something, you know, hopefully they're in stock by the time this posts. But if you do want to support the channel in any way, then, you know, that's kind of a cool way. So the cool thing about this is, yeah, genuine leather outer. It has a velvet interior here, and it has a quite innovative, you know, lid and shape in terms of, and it even has kind of a little integrated display mat, which I thought was really, really cool. So I think that's nice. You can see the kind of hexagon shape there, which is nice. Somebody who knows shapes better might be correcting me very rigorously in the comments below, but that's fine. And then cool, check it out. Here we have some watches that I'll be reviewing as well. One from Phoibos. Actually, that's, I think, the first Phoibos on the channel. So I've officially made it into, you know, the the big leagues of watch reviewing. Phoibos reached out and asked if I wanted to review this watch, and I said sure. Yeah, it looks pretty sweet. So very cool. Honestly, guys, I'm not going to get too much into the details of the watches because, one, because I don't have all my notes near me, and two, yeah, these are just in queue, so I haven't even spent too much time with each of these, but I did set them so you guys can have your moment of zen in terms of you know, everything being hacked in terms of timekeeping. Here we have a really interesting one from Nove, and geez, the model name, well, you'll have to wait for the full review because I don't have it memorized yet. But this one is really, really interesting, guys. Check this out. It's got this cool automotive theme. It kind of mimics, you know, a brake disc and calipers there for the guards on the crown, and then, like, you know, kind of an open intake architecture for the lugs. And it has actually a really unique movement that I'm starting to see pop up more and more, which is the Ronda automatic movement, which Ronda is obviously known for their Swiss quartz movements, but now they're doing Swiss-made mechanical movements, which I think is really cool. An automatic in this case. So yeah, this is also kind of in the review queue, and as you can see, guys, what you can do with these bad boys is now you kind of have a cool mat there. So you're changing out straps or whatever. Now you can kind of do that. Here we have another San Martin or San Martin, if you ask Jory. So, you know, yeah, this one's a cool one. I like, what do I like about this is that it's actually a more original design. Does it still take different design cues and elements? Absolutely, but it's not a direct homage, which I think is pretty cool, and it's very interesting, and I think people with small wrists are really gonna love this one. Again, don't quote me on any of the like dims or anything. I don't have my notes with me, but this one is very tidy. It's very small. It even wears even smaller than the numbers. I want to say it's a 40 millimeter, but it wears even smaller. So if you, because it pretty much has no lugs. Check that out. Where'd the bracelet go? There it is, and the bracelet's gorgeous. I love this design aesthetic with the hooded lugs, and oh man, these straight links just look very, very cool. And yeah, it's another diver, but look, check it out. You lay it out, do your work, do your business, get your tools out, and yeah. So I thought that was very, very cool. I like the fact that it has that integrated design very much. Because let's say you're traveling, one of the things that's nice is this watch roll won't roll away because it has flat sides. Yeah, and now you actually have a little workspace as well. If you want to bust out some straps or anything, let's take a look at the construction and the stitching. You guys can see really tidy. I mean, obviously, like, not super, you know, again, this isn't a luxury good, but it is really well designed. This isn't an exclusive design. I'm sure I've seen similar out there. I haven't got my hands on a lot of those, and reasons why is because a lot of those cost a lot more, and this was affordable, so I just grabbed it. It came in Amazon Prime, you know, two-day delivery, and that's the end of that. So that's how the stuff gets on here. So now we have this other cool one. It's the same thing, but it's gray, and it has a different interior color here. Check it out, boom. So again, great. I love this color combination. I think it's very handsome and will fit with many people's style. So in terms of kind of, this one was the brown being a bit more kind of traditional and luxurious in styling. This one I think feels a little bit more modern and a bit more kind of youthful and sporty. But we have some really cool watches to check out in here. Check this piece out. Yeah, I should say check out a preview. Zelos, Swordfish teal. I'm sorry, not Swordfish. Mako. Don't kill me in the comments. Zelos Mako in titanium. Yes, titanium with the teal dial. Gorgeous. Extra loomy. Look at that. They even did extra loom on the crown. It's been there before, but never as pronounced. So I'm sure that is going to just be an absolute torch. Revised clasp finish for their quick adjust clasp. Man, this thing. You know, I guess this is a nice feature of the roll is, man, this thing just makes everything look more luxurious and luscious. Look at that. Look at the bevel action there just coming off of the contrast on these really cool, you know, velvet, kind of velvety interior materials. So I think that's really nice. Titanium, man, gorgeous. Looking forward to sharing this one with you guys. Another one here in queue from a bit of a channel, friend of the channel, Spinnaker. They reach out. I'm sure you guys seen their stuff reviewed on many places. You guys might remember when I originally reviewed this watch, I actually put it on an aftermarket bracelet, a Hexid bracelet that was similar to this look. And check it out. Now you can actually get it on this cool bracelet that really matches the aesthetic of the case and whatnot. And now I'd say it even gives me kind of Oris Aquis vibes, kind of, but obviously much more affordable, getting a Seiko NH movement. But yeah, this is a very cool one. And they even kind of updated a bit of the color play, but you can see right now just by how green this looks, even in full lighting situations, that this one is going to be quite a loom beast. Actually, loom beast next to a Zelos. So that's pretty fun. And then here's like a real newcomer, which I was like really excited to kind of learn more about. This is a prototype. So the one thing I will mention that I'm sure a lot of people are thinking right now is this end link. The male end link is going to be different. It's going to be female end link. So yeah, ooh, look at the light play on this dial. It has this really cool kind of vertical brushing, very light. And man, in the right lighting, kind of like outdoor daylight, you get to see the way that it lights up, and it kind of will shift in different ways that really match this bezel. I will say indoors, in you know, kind of less good lighting, less optimal lighting, it'll almost seem like you have two colors. It'll be like there's this, you know, darker bezel insert and then a lighter dial, but then you get it in the light, and man, it really, whew. This is actually my first time seeing it under studio lights, and I gotta say I like it even more, even though I'm just looking at it through the little flip out screen on my camera. Let me just knock some of the dust off that. Look at this bracelet though, guys. This thing's gorgeous. Very reminiscent of another bracelet that I, you know, had on here a second ago from the Helios. I wonder if they're similar factories those bracelets are coming out of, because this is sweet. And then you've seen this type of clasp before. Some of you love it, some of you don't love it as much, but I gotta say, the nice thing here is you do have 3 manual micro adjusts, which doesn't always happen, and they actually work. You can actually use every one of those, and it doesn't impede the placement on the actual link when you're using that. And then of course you do have the ratcheting diver's clasp extension, and then everything is finished to such a high degree. Very, very tasty. Man, this thing is sweet. Really looking forward to diving in with this one. I don't even have my notes written up on it, so I haven't even figured out the correct way to pronounce the brand. Sino, yeah, maybe. So I believe these are, I want to say a Swedish brand, but they're make Swiss-made watches, and this is one of their early models that will be going live at some point. And man, this thing is very handsome, very cool, very well built, and I think it also has that Ronda movement. Although here in this case, no display case back, but you do get a really beautifully stamped. This thing just feels way more expensive than, from what I recall, they're gonna list it at. So for those of you, I guess that really fits within the theme here. Again, it just more expensive than you think, because I shouldn't say more. It's less expensive than you think because it feels like it should be a lot more expensive. Like that theme to a T. The Spinnaker, a bit more of a mass-produced product, but still very cool, especially for those of you guys that are big dive watch collectors, especially chunky dive watch lovers. Man, Zelos, they can almost do no wrong, guys. I mean, come on, they're selling models now that are, upwards of 5 figures. So, yeah. Let's just appreciate that. And I mean, they're still coming out with great designs and great options for us regular folks. And man, look at the way the light plays off of this beast. Man, I almost want to bust out the low light transition, but I'm actually filming this in the morning, so let's see if it even gets dark enough. A little, okay, all right, you guys can get a little bit of lume action there. Man, a little treat for you guys, huh? A little, we all love lume. Check these guys out. And these haven't been charged or anything like that, but you can get a little sneak peek there. Let me just, boom, of these guys in lume. Very, very strong. Wow, cool. I'm glad that worked out. Again, no cutting away here. No fancy editing techniques. Oh, check that out. Yes. Come on. This watch it's everything. It can do it all. I mean, I love it. It's been a battle to not put this on my wrist. And the crazy thing is, it's such a color that pops, that you would think it would be less versatile. But I gotta say, surprisingly, extremely versatile and wants to be worn. Let's take a quick little look at the lume. Okay, no lume on the middle guy here. These have kind of been away and haven't really been outside. So let me just, beam of destiny, boom. Get some lume there. Oh, and that threw off the sensor on the. So let me maybe avoid using my actual beam and use just a black light instead. Here on what you guys know, that San Martin, whatever you want to call it. Just don't call it a super powerful dive watch, because check that out. Look at the lume on this, guys. Phoebos, very beautiful. Oh man, super strong lume. It's yeah, again, it's kind of kicking the sensor here, trying to focus. Man, look at that. Man, that's bright. Cool. So with all that said, we'll even hit the lights back on for you. Yeah, guys. So those watches are in queue. Probably the next review you'll see is from this gorgeous little guy here. And man, I gotta let's hit that light again and just, yeah, look at that. An everyday watch, glorious, lovely, and you'll see it soon. But in terms of my closing thoughts on these Q watch products, guys, I mean, I guess I could make it any clearer. I think they're a great balance in that kind of sweet spot of quality and price point. Yes, there are diminishing returns when you start getting into some really like high-end luxury lovely things, but that's kind of the point. It's excess. But these are more accessible and not access. I messed that up. This is what happens on the wrist, off the cuff, unscripted. Closing thoughts, guys. Very high value offerings for both travel and home storage options. These rolls even work for both. Here, I probably wouldn't travel with this, but maybe get an extra one and put it on my desk at work for when I want to let the wrist breathe, and then absolutely have this bad boy at home. Maybe buy a couple of them and have a little display. With that said, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you like the video, please do hit like, and if you haven't already, please subscribe for more content just like this. Thanks, guys.